Bahamut episode 9, infinite setup with this episode. So much going on, so much development, so much setup for, you know, the final 3 episodes of this series. And I'm kind of wondering at this point, is there room for a season 2? I'm kind of just thinking about it, you know, with the title being Genesis, maybe they're planning to go for, you know, another 12 episode season after the fact. I mean, obviously it depends on how well it's been received so far and, you know, how the series ends with the last couple of episodes. But, I mean, I think they could do it. But at the same time, if we get Bahamut going in, if we get a full resolution and see, you know, the expansive nature of, like, people, like, working in the background, like Lucifer, Beelzebub and everything like that, then, I mean, it'll close out nicely. So I'm just curious right now. It's too early to tell, obviously, and chances are it's not going to happen, but I think it would be cool because I just love Bahamut. It's awesome. It's amazing. Alright, first thing I want to talk about before I get into the whole Barb of Bahamut and, you know, everything with Favaro and Amira, John d'Arc. Because of this cowardly, slimy, stupid, idiotic, and greedy king. I hate him. I hate him. I said it last week's review. I hate him so much. Because of this and how cowardly and disgusting he is, he's easily fooled in it. Like, everything is just going according to Martinet's plan. Just like a little puppet master, having everyone dance around in front of him. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is fucked up. I'm pretty positive Martinet is working under Beelzebub and whatever Beelzebub is trying to do behind Lucifer's back and everything that's going on there. But fuck this shit, man. John d'Arc. I love this woman, and now she's potentially going down a dark path. I mean, if you think about the historical reference, the fact that she's, you know, being tried for witchcraft and, you know, about to be, you know, she was supposed to be burned at the stake at this point, it makes a lot of sense. I could easily see John slipping into a dark path at this point, and I based on the hints at the end of this episode, I would love to just believe and hope that while she did fall for Martinet's ploy in a way, she still remained true to herself and to her convictions, and she made it out in order to, you know, progress further. But at the same time, I'm just not sure, right? It's too hard to tell because Martinet is slimy, yo. He's slippery, he's a fiend. That whole speech he was kind of giving when John d'Arc was chained up in the dungeon, and he's just kind of like slithering around. You see his shadow kind of morph into this disgusting, like, demonic figure, like with the tongue kind of flailing out, and then he's just behind her with this disgusting, sinister way of speaking, like really slimy, like a fucking snake, man. Like, honestly, the power of that scene was strong for me because I'm just like, yo, just imagine being in a dark cellar, having been, you know, taken from your position as one of the most devout holy knights, praised among the kingdom and everything like that, shoved into the dungeon for something you didn't do, and just having everyone turn their back on you, praying to your guardian angel Michael, and he's not coming through, and this slippery fool comes through and promises to reveal the truth to you and help you out. I'm just like, oh my goodness, John, just come on, tell me. Like, I didn't think she would fall for it. I thought she would remain strong, but when Rita comes in at the end of this episode, and you see the magical seal on the ground and Martinet come in, which is the next thing I want to talk about, I'm just like, maybe she made it out. Who knows where she's going. She's going to be integral in the last couple of episodes, but I just hope she doesn't go down a dark path, fall for Martinet's ploy, and, you know, progress Beelzebub's goals at the end of the day. So that's what I mentioned. I feel bad for her, honestly. I'm scared for her. I hope she's alright, because John d'Arc is one of my favorite characters in the series. I love her, and yeah, it's just, it wouldn't be cool if she goes down the dark path. At the same time, I can respect it. I can see how it would go down. Like, I can respect the choice of it being made. I don't like it. I won't like it, but it could be like a very good way to drive the plot forward. So we'll see how that goes. Then we have the setup of Rita versus Martinet, potentially. You see him confronting her in that little room, and Rita's on to some strange stuff that's going on in there with, you know, the different ingredients and potions and magical rituals that are taking place within there that potentially John d'Arc did, Martinet aided her in. Maybe it goes deeper than that and it's involved with the kingdom. I seriously doubt that. So yeah, major setup there. If those two go in, I don't even know. I don't know what Martinet can do, but Rita's just badass, man. Rita's just too badass. I have no fear. Rita's a fucking zombie. Nothing's gonna happen to her. She's gonna be straight. She's gonna be straight. So it's gonna be alright. But the fucking cowardly king just fucking shoved. Even Lavallay can't open his mouth against him, chucking glasses in the man's head and whatnot. I'm just like, somebody needs to grab this fool, smack the crown off his head, backhand him a couple of times, and sit his ass down, because he's pissing me off. He's absolutely pissing me off. And then the major point of this episode, I love Amira this episode, I will say, because now that we have the context of how she was, you know, kind of genetically modified to, you know, morph from like a baby to a fully grown demon god, I was gonna say human, in the span of like 5 years, just shows that she's a child, and just explains like her mentality throughout this. I've like always loved it, but the way she acts time and time again, like, and the way she just follows her emotions, like she's a 5-year-old in terms of her heart and her mind. So it makes a lot of sense. It just makes me love Amira even more. You can see that with like little jokes where, like, for instance, when they first escape and she's kind of trying to hold Favaro up and he's like, "You can fly," she's like, "No." And they just drop her when she just bursts out crying because she realizes that on the one hand, it's her that's going to cause all this ruin, destroy everyone's life and her mother's. And if she doesn't stay there, just the emotions welling up inside her. I just see the way she just like broke into tears, like straight bawling. I was like, yeah, she's a 5-year-old at heart, but like I love her. I absolutely love her. And then this whole thing now with, you know, Favaro's progression, we're getting hints heavily, which I've been saying before, that either Kaiser and Favaro together would be like the new Satan and Zeus and Kill Bahamut, or, you know, Favaro by himself was the Holy Knight of Legend. And we're getting that vibe. Especially, we've noticed at the beginning that Favaro had some sort of tie to Bahamut. He's been seeing these Bahamut visions all along. Now he pulls out the Barb of Bahamut when Favaro and Amira can't do it, sort of like some sort of Excalibur type test. And he has it now. I'm sure he's going to be wielding it like a weapon. I don't know why he has it, holding it by like the sharp end. It looks like he really just needs to fashion something out of it. If that's possible, that would be dope. But heavy setup for Favaro being the Knight of Prophecy. And then we meet this Eternal Observer green fucking dragon, which just looked beautiful in terms of the design. I mean, the animation for it was kind of not too fluid, honestly. It's kind of like chunkily moving around, like I was looking at like almost like it was, the CG aspect of it made it so like realistic looking that it was almost like I was looking at like a animatronic dragon at like a theme park or something. But it looks so badass. It looks so badass, and the color palettes and everything during that scene, and that little dimension that they were in was just so cool. And then he's, you know, revealing mysteries about this universe, basically what happened, how he was trapped there. I thought he was gonna be like, yo, I went up against Bahamut too, like in that fight, but nah, just some stray barb managed to pierce into his dimension. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Then he's revealing all these things about entrusting the barb to Favaro, how Amira cannot bring out the power of the keys, and how she will be destined, you know, it's inevitable in terms of fate for her to be absorbed into Bahamut and free Bahamut. Because he's not a human being. And he tasked Favaro at the end. We see that the thing he mentions to him when they move on is like, if you want to prevent this, if you want to change fate like you claim, you need to kill Amira. Now Favaro is left with this choice. I know he's not going to do it. I know Favaro cannot kill Amira. Like, Favaro's development and progression and character development throughout this series has been stunning. It's just been the pace, like, even when he like jumps leaps out, like for example his speech when he's like, fuck that Amira, like, we can change fate, don't listen to this bullshit, blah blah blah. And then afterward, he, you know, he like kind of stabs the barb down and opens this little portal and shit, and he's just like, wait, what? Did I really just do that? And I'm just like, yo, you like always progress, and then you just show a little bit of what your real mentality is like. You're kind of cowardly, lying, selfish mentality, but at the end of the day, you're still trying to help these individuals, trying to help Amira. You care about Kaiser, you care about Amira, no matter what you say. So I know he's not going to be able to do it, but it has a heavy death flag for Amira, or, you know, at least, the very least, we know Bahamut will be released. And if he is, that means Amira will not remain the same unless some other weird shit goes out. We still don't know Beelzebub's plan. We still don't know how Lucifer is going to factor in. There's going to be some crazy action going on in these last 3 episodes. I can already tell. Once Bahamut gets released, because I know it has to happen, yo. If it doesn't, that's grounds enough for me to be like, season 2, please, because I want to see people be going in against Bahamut. I just want to see it happen. Favaro fulfill the prophecy and all this shit. So let me know your thoughts. And also, one more thought I was having, and somebody mentioned this actually last week. Based on, I was thinking that, you know, Amira's demon father, from episodes back when they first confronted Azazel, and she had the blue flames and everything, I was thinking her demon father could potentially be, you know, Satan or something like that, because I kind of just associate blue flames with Satan on some, I don't know, exorcist shit. But then I was thinking about it, we also saw Beelzebub manipulate the blue flames, and I don't think that Beelzebub is her father. I think that honestly Lucifer, if anyone, would be Amira's father. Based on the character design, the look, they look like very similar if you look at it. And the blue flames could either be a result of heritage, like maybe Lucifer can wield those too, like the powerful demons can wield it, or like Beelzebub himself, because we know he kidnapped Amira, imbued her with it as some sort of defense mechanism to protect the demon key. So, I don't know, just throwing things out there, but I'm pretty sure in my mind, Lucifer is Amira's father right now. That's my prediction, but let me know your thoughts, any predictions you might have, what you felt about the reveals for this episode, what's going to happen with John the Ark, Rita versus Martinet, is that going to be a thing? Fucking Martinet's so slimy, man, so fucking slippery and slimy. And what will Favaro's decision be, and how will things progress? What will happen with Amira? Will she be reunited with her mother? Next episode, we see they finally make it to Perugia and everything like that. So I'm hype. I love Bahamut, man. It's just, it started out as just like, oh my god, this is interesting, and it just grew into something that I fell in love with over the course of the season. I knew I was gonna love it from day one, from the first episode. I was like, this is amazing, so interesting. I'm getting hooked, and now I'm just like fucking Bahamut hype, man. Bahamut hype. I wish more people were on the series. I wish it wasn't so, you know, low-key, such a sleeper hit of this season, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.